It's April 14th, 2022. I'm watching the 4 o'clock news. They're letting go of somebody by the name of Grayson. I mentioned him once before, I think in the most recent snowstorm. Otherwise, I had never seen him on the news before. He has something to do with New York City Department of Sanitation. And there's a symbol involved in that. Leaving my personal preferences out of it, I'm going to play the 20-year goodbye, after him spending 20 years there, them saying goodbye to him. And what's surrounding him as he walks out of the building. Now, in keeping one's jacket clean, I'm just curious as to why some of these changes, again, I don't want to question the giant. I know the jacket tries to stay clean and Jacques is the horror. And the cloud being where this whatever. But it's just when they start to walk off, and I don't know, Adams is putting something called Tish in place. I don't know what that is. I mean, Tish in New York City, they say is the theater company, but I don't know whose. And I'm so frightened of having any management changes at this whatever, with me being without a over 6 foot of to call my own, that I'm aware of. I mean, I have nobody in day-to-day life to even ask questions to while I'm trying to collect. I'm trying to collect something in an offering, because I don't know how to protect myself. It's like I feel like my personal physiology is being taxed by some unknown source for having to speak on something. I wasn't born with a speech. Like, I just wasn't. Free speech was somewhere great. The only time I spoke was to question the people in the field, which they call my parents, which was Lynn and Lou. That was it. I questioned them about everything because nothing made sense. I questioned my grandmother. I questioned my aunts. Whoever entered my field, when they spoke in conversation, I would ask so many questions because I did not understand them. And I was whatever. Not like the rest. I had so limited time away from Lynn and Lou, because when I was with Lynn and Lou, it was usually in a room. So it was kind of like learning like what outside the room looked or sounded like. But not knowing how to participate in that whatever. Because again, I mean, you want to talk about shop mechanics, like by bio, like imprint, a cellular imprint that then comes to life and knows in some consciousness beyond itself that what is appearing in visual spectrum is not going into motion the way that I was imprinted for. I was imprinted for a pair. I'm still an only. and the pair was with a bicentennial coupling that still in this day and age, I have yet to be able to whatever, or I don't know, introduced to, but like whatever. And it's still absent in day-to-day concourse or whatever this is. So here's the saying goodbye. Ow, my knees are cracking. So this is the face that they're saying goodbye to. He's been in the Big Apple for the last 20 years. I'll let the
23 years working for New York City's Department of Sanitation, Edward Grayson officially began his retirement today. And to show his appreciation, co-workers gathered in Lower Manhattan to say goodbye to the former commissioner with a ceremonial walkout event. Grayson says serving alongside New York's strongest has been an absolute honor.
Today is bittersweet. 23 years, I've loved this department. I will love this department for the rest of my life, but I can tell you now that New York City is in good hands. This department is amazing. The men and women that work here are amazing, and there's nothing but good things to come.
Grayson worked his way up from trash collection to become commissioner. The retirement comes as the mayor proposed cutting the city sanitation budget by more than $47 million. We wish him the very best. You hope that when he retires...
So this is the evening story. This is all I get to know. I have no idea, with the terror in the subway being, now they've named the man. His last name is James. The Attorney General, her name is James at the same time, according to this machine. I have no way of verifying in actuality if that's whatever. It's just the set of war theater characters and participants that the machine is whatever at fee, fi, fo, fum. And I speak English for keeping jackets clean.
You know, he doesn't have to take out the garbage anymore, but sadly, the job never goes away.
Yeah, and I think that he will also be able to enjoy some snow days, right?
There you go, right? We will miss the commissioner in the next snowstorm. I'm sure he'll get some calls for advice, though, for sure.
Now, I do find something interesting here about the weatherman. He's playing with his ring right here, but a second one, which looks like a black band, which I found interesting. And then he says case in point, which I really don't hear very often. I mean, there's a couple of things I don't really hear very often, but every now and again, just recently, I'll record it because I've heard it on the news. But again, these are like they're clips and phrases that, unless it's something in the ingrain, I don't know, people just don't pick up on it.
Sure, right.
Or don't put much thought into it afterwards.
So storms, yes, we're tracking some storms this evening. The risk for strong to isolated severe storms will go through about 9 o'clock tonight. We're tracking some currently sub-severe storms off to the north and west. The biggest threats are some damaging winds, certainly some heavy downpour and lightning. And the strongest storms, the more support for these storms are in our northern and western suburbs. Case in point, as we look at a picture of the New Jersey Turnpike with some slow traffic southbound, you see some darker skies off to the north and west. There are some storms working over parts of Sussex County right now. We're at 76 in New York City, and this is key. The wind direction remaining northeast for now, and that's why we're just shy of 80 in the city today, reached 79. But kind of crazy with...
So it's star 1978, star 8378. Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.